Local 4 News starts now with a forewarned weather alert.
Calm conditions right now in downtown Detroit and actually all across the viewing area. And I do say right now because severe storms are headed our way that could bring several threats along with it. Thank you for joining us this noon. I'm Rhonda Walker. We're talking powerful storms that are expected and the timing between about 2 o'clock this afternoon and 9 o'clock tonight. That is a huge amount of time. Ashley Barrissey is standing by following the radar. Good afternoon.
Hey there, Rhonda. So yes, it's certainly hot and humid out there, and these are going to be the ingredients that help fuel the storms that are headed our way. Coming from the west, we also have a warm front lifting north. This is creating 2 waves of strong to severe storms today. They'll step out of the way so you can see the area under the enhanced risk, which is a level 3 on a 5-level scale. The strongest risk that we have seen so far this season. We were at an enhanced level for portions of southeastern Michigan last week when we had the significant hail. Today's significant threat, really the damaging winds, but we're not going to rule out hail or even some isolated tornadoes. Those storm chances will linger for the start of the weekend, but we'll get to that in a few minutes. Let's talk about today's timeline. So from 3 to 5, I think we see the strong storms that are crossing Lake Michigan right now moving into our area. Now, the bigger threat for wind damage is possibly 7 to 9. And I say that because this is when we have more of a linear line of storms that will bow out. And the apex of that bow, think of a bow and arrow. That's going to be the area that has the strongest wind damage. But right now, that's kind of trending to our south. We'll dive in the details of that in just a few minutes. After 9, some remnant showers. So as we take a look outside, this is the calm before the storm. 85 in Detroit, 84 in Howell, 83 in Pontiac, 86 in Adrian. And those storms are bringing pretty much a big punch of lightning off to the west side of the state. You can track radar as well as we go throughout the afternoon. If you're not by your TV, download our forewarned weather app. Not only will you be able to track radar, but you'll get severe weather alerts sent straight to your phone if you do have the forewarned weather app on your phone. So download it today if you haven't done so already.
All right, Ashley, thank you. The city of Detroit is preparing for today's storms as well, but officials are also asking residents to do what they can to prepare. If you suffer some flooding today, report it by using the improved Detroit app or by calling the number right there on your screen. Breaking right now, the plea deal for President Biden's son, Hunter Biden, is in serious jeopardy. He was in federal court today where he was expected to plead guilty to 2 tax charges and a weapons charge. But just moments ago, his plea deal fell apart after the judge expressed concern about the terms of the deal. President Biden reached out in agreement with prosecutors, Hunter Biden, to plead guilty to 2 misdemeanors involving taxes and a felony involving possession of a firearm. This move leaves an investigation into Hunter Biden's business dealings open. We will have an update on the situation later today on Local 4 News at 4 and throughout the day on clickondetroit.com.
New at noon.
We are tracking reports that local and state police are out in Inkster in a neighborhood searching in an empty field. What are they looking for? Sean Lay joins us now live from the scene. What have you been able to find out from police?
That this is a very active investigation. Good afternoon, Rhonda. We were speaking just 24 hours ago across town in Inkster. There was a homicide there. This indeed is a homicide in this field on Princeton. Big field here, all taped off. The entire field is a crime scene. You can see MSP evidence collectors are there. There are some placards in the ground indicating what may be gunshots, and neighbors believe this person was shot to death. I'll walk along the tape here. You can kind of get a better idea of what we're talking about here, because we have neighbors out on their porches, and the neighbors with kids were told by the police when they got here, don't let the kids go in the field right now. Too grisly of a scene, and they didn't want any evidence to be disturbed. Let's go to the video now. Our cameras are here all morning long documenting what's been happening here. True a mystery. We know that the body found this morning, discovered. Someone saw this body, called 911, got Inkster police out here who got MSP out here. They're working together. Inkster police canvassing the area, looking for any type of video or other evidence that may help them. State police here with their mobile crime lab van going over the evidence that they are finding in this field. We know that the person who was killed here is a male and a male adult. That's what we know right now. So very active investigation. And we also know from MSP, they put out a couple of tweets right before the noon hour, Rhonda, that they are getting evidence in this area that they are going over right now. But again, no identification on the person found shot to death in this field. Neighbors here, they're just absolutely shocked. It's a quiet field where the kids play, so they're very unhappy that this happened, very sad that this happened as well. And 24 hours after a homicide right here in Inkster yesterday. Back to you. We're starting to collect as much information as we can, but as you can see, slow process here. They have a big field to cover to look for any evidence that can help. Rhonda.
And Sean, you made reference to that homicide yesterday. Are they indicating this could at all be connected or not?
The one thing is, Inkster Police has not said a word about the homicide yesterday. We're checking with them about today. They are busy, but they have not responded to our questions. Sources did tell us yesterday the person shot did expire last night. So that is a homicide. That person was shot and killed. Here we have a person shot and killed. The shooting part is from the neighbors right now. They say they were told that the person here was shot. And then we also see the placards that they're dealing with that could indicate shells. We will try to, again, reach out to Inkster Police and MSP for the very latest information. But no, it's so early. They're not saying anything that like any of this is connected. But it's something, as you point out, that's something to keep an eye on for sure.
Yeah, certainly something this gruesome and awful happening back to back days. Sean, I know you'll stay on top of it. Thank you for the update.
Sure.
The Oxford High School shooter is expected in court tomorrow as part of his sentencing. The 17-year-old pleaded guilty in 2022 to 24 felony charges, including murder and terrorism. The teen is expected to be sentenced sometime this summer. A Miller hearing is set for tomorrow, which will decide if the teen will spend the rest of his life in prison or if he will be eligible for parole. That hearing will likely take several days. And switching to the big concert tonight in downtown Detroit, Beyonce fans are going to be converging on Ford Field for the next stop on her Renaissance World Tour. Doors at Ford Field open at 5:30. The concert should start around 8 p.m. There will likely be some major traffic congestion all around downtown Detroit, so get here downtown early. To see traffic, detours, and parking information, you can head to the story on clickondetroit.com. Next door is a Tigers game if the weather cooperates, so you'll have to compete with that traffic too. Today, we will know if the Federal Reserve raises interest rates again. Most economists and investors think that the central bank will. Inflation has cooled significantly to about 3%, but it's still not where the Feds want it to be. The bank held rates steady at its last meeting, which also makes it more likely to raise rates this month. If the expected rate hike happens today, it will mark the 12th since last spring and the highest rate in 22 years. Today marks the 1-year mark from the opening ceremonies of the Paris 2024 Summer Games, which you can watch right here on Local 4. Here's an animation showing what the opening ceremony could look like. Boats carrying a parade of nations will ferry to the world's top athletes down the Seine towards the Eiffel Tower, and it will be the centerpiece of next year's games with long-term efforts to clean up the iconic rivers so that swimming events can take place in the waters. Competitions took place in Paris, and it hosted its first Olympic Games in 1900, by the way. So it's been a long time. A federal grand jury is weighing a third indictment against former President Trump. The former president remains the GOP frontrunner, but other candidates are seeking to gain ground. NBC's Bree Jackson is in Washington.
Former President Donald Trump remains the current GOP frontrunner despite his legal woes. Former President Trump's legal troubles looming over the 2024 presidential race. Twice indicted and a possible third indictment on the way.
I'm not concerned. We're legit. We have very corrupt people running our country.
A new Monmouth poll shows 69% of Republican voters say Trump is still the strongest candidate to beat President Biden. Rising 2024 contenders hope to convince voters otherwise.
It would be a lot easier for me if Donald Trump were not in this race. But I don't stand for politics or self-interest. I stand for principle.
Other candidates are taking aim at other political opponents.
I have never seen a president more weak on national security. than Joe Biden.
Some are using the legal challenges of President Biden's son, Hunter Biden, against him.
The lack of interest on this from the FBI and the Department of Justice, it shows you weaponization. There's two sides to the coin.
Americans remain divided over Trump, the current GOP frontrunner.
He should not be running for president. They should indict him right now.
All I can say is that I pray that this time they'll consider him, that he was a good president.
I'm a firmly independent voter, and Trump and Biden are pretty much on the same page as far as I'm concerned.
7 Republican candidates have already qualified for the August 23rd debate, including former President Trump, who says he may skip it. Republican National Committee Chair Ronna McDaniel says that she thinks it would be a mistake if former President Trump were to skip the first GOP debate, which is scheduled to take place in Milwaukee next month.